Log on to SparkFMOnline.com. The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues. Good morning. Good morning.
Brother, there's too many of you crying. Whoa, sister, there's too many of you dying. Oh, I know. There's gonna be a better time for us Americans.
Amen. Hallelujah.
All we gotta do is hold the faith, hold the line, and hold our peace.
Hold it.
And we'll be good.
Amen.
Yeah. And that's how we begin the show today. Welcome, Spark FM Online. Number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are in the building. Rockstone Tues, Miss Tony be knowing. Hot sizzling sauce. And it is Tuesday of February 3rd.
Yeah.
Good morning. So how y'all doing, folks? How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good.
Tell us everything. How was your evening?
It was very chill, very relaxed. I did homework. I did some work, and that was it for the evening. I went to bed around 11 p.m. Which is crazy for me.
I bet 9:30 last night.
9:30. How
Nice.
does that feel?
I left my neighbor's house early.
How do you?
Usually I leave there like about.
And do you
11
stay
o'clock.
asleep when you go to sleep that early?
Oh yeah.
No, I woke up at 4. I wake
up to pee.
Yeah, I was up at 4 for like 45 minutes, and then I had to go back to sleep.
Why? 45 minutes.
Yeah, my body is like, what are you doing? What are you
Oh,
doing?
no.
Why are we asleep?
Oh.
We've got things to think about. Get up.
Think about it. Oh, my God.
Get up.
Last-
Get up. We got things to think about.
I had to pop a little Benadryl yesterday because one of my mosquito bites is itching me too much.
A mosquito bite?
I
Where you
don't know.
find a mosquito?
Mosquito.
I don't know where it is. Probably a
Mosquito.
bed bug. But yeah, like I've been going to sleep pretty early before 10:30, before 11 o'clock. I've been going to bed. And then I usually do stay asleep all the time, the whole time. Sometimes if I go to bed before 9, which is never, then maybe I'll wake up. But before 11, my body be like, child, we tired. It's time to lay down.
They say that every hour of sleep before midnight counts as 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
Yeah. So I feel like my body was just like, what?
Because they said
It's 4 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. Wake up.
You're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But I feel like 8 hours.
Who made that up? Who said that?
Yeah.
Science?
The science people.
And then I
Oh.
wonder too, like how long are children supposed to sleep? Because Noah sleeps about 10 hours average on night. So I put him to bed at 10. No. He goes to bed at like 9 or before 9. So 9, 10, that's 3 hours. And then I don't wake him up until it's like 6:30. So like 9 hours he gets to sleep. How many hours of sleep does he need?
Sleep needs vary by primarily by age. By the most for healthy adults, the general recommendation is 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night.
School age children, 6 to 12, 9 to 12 hours.
9 to 12 hours.
He's
He's
getting
go to
his
bed
good
at
money.
9 to 12. Wow.
He gotta go to bed at 6 p.m.
Didn't you just say he got 12 years, 10 hours?
He goes to sleep at like 9 or before 9, like 8:39, and then he wakes up at 6:30.
What's that?
9 to 12
That's
hours.
9 hours.
Yeah, 9 to 12 hours.
That's right. School to age, 6 to 12,
Yeah.
9 to 12. And teens are 13 to 18, 8 to 10.
They're always telling me how tired he is at school.
They said we need about 7 to 9 hours too. Adults, 18 to 64. 7
What
to
is
9.
the average amount of sleep that adults get in general?
7 to
though?
9
I think
hours.
4 to 6 hours.
No,
is
like not
adults
what they say
actually
we
get.
should. What are
Oh.
adults actually sleeping?
I think 4 to 6 is probably
Average?
average. Yeah. I don't think adults be sleeping like that.
Not in this day and age. How people be sleeping? I need to start taking a little nap in the middle of the day though, so I can rejuvenate. Cause I can't sleep in the day. I cannot do it. I just be up. Like, that's when I do all my thinking, is when I'm trying to take a little nap in the day.
Right after the show. Right after the show, I be down.
Tristan be gone.
Gone. Until 2 o'clock, like clockwork, like 2 o'clock.
I don't even lay down.
7 hours and 2 minutes is the average global time for adults.
Okay. 7 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm mad at it.
It's cute.
How was y'all evening?
My evening was really good.
Yeah.
My evening was really good. I went to I got accepted into Spark got accepted into the seed program at Suffolk University. So this is a program where
this is a thing.
Yeah, where I get a group of master's level business students that are working under different high level corporate mentors or whatever, and they teach them how to problem solve in real life businesses. So they pick 10 businesses and they really deep dive. So like their network for that seed program is dope because they have so much connections with so many corporate presidents and CEOs and things like that. So like their power and their influence goes a long way. So it's really, and yesterday they presented our strengths, weakness, our SWOT analysis pretty much. And then they got into our scope of work for the semester. So I'm excited about it. And I'll talk to you guys later about what's going to happen.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Daryl, Mike, Nice, LaWanda. How you doing, Miss Tony? How you doing?
I know. Tell us about your, did you tell you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Tristan? You didn't do nothing. You went to sleep.
I was here. I was here for a little bit. Then I did my little canvassing, but I didn't take no picture.
I did see them. I went back and I took a picture, so I didn't have to go up and. It's the damn stairs. People live too high.
Some stairs over here.
Some stairs. God damn.
I always wonder about when you look at a house to buy, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna climb up into that house like that. That's crazy.
That's how it was on Daring Road. So on that side of the street, there's millions of stairs to get up.
Yeah.
On this side of the street, you're damn at street level.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's how it was on Good Deal too.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, let's get this show on the road today. We will be speaking to. Oh, she's at the door. We will be speaking to Andrea James. She is running for governor as an independent, and we'll be talking to her and finding out about her campaign and her platform around 10 o'clock. And don't forget, we have bingo next on the 11th again here at Spark FM. We'll put out some information about that. And the Super Bowl is this Sunday. The Super Bowl is Sunday. I'm excited about it. I'm excitable. We'll be watching it over at Sorrel and Lime with our good friends over there, where they're having a big Super Bowl party. So if you're looking for somewhere to go visit my buddies over there. With that said, let's get right into the show and get this party on a roll.
All right, let's go.
Yes, sir.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Music.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Up on the floor, I know you see me. Oh yeah.
You already know.
Bop bop. Hey, today is Monday, February the 3rd. That's a complete lie. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd. It is approximately 9:44 in the a.m. Today is 19 degrees. It's sunny. Sunny though.
Yeah.
Feels like 29. Expect sunny skies.
It's 19, but feels like 29.
Feels like 29. That was happening the other day too. It was like 7, but it felt like 18.
Oh wow!
Stop! It is the lower number. That's what it is.
It's always the lowest.
It's the lowest number. So yeah, but it's gonna be a beautiful day today. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pretty day. High of 33. Yes,
33 degrees.
I'm excited about that.
That's above freezing.
Good morning, Hilario Puerto.
Hola, Leonardo Puerto.
Tuesday.
Yes. Shout out to him. They're going to be starting their new show this weekend on the Spark FM.
I'm excited.
I like
Are
it.
they going to play some
You know they will. They play,
I hope so.
They play it all.
Hilario, we need all of the Spanish music because the other day I was listening to some reggaeton. Boy, I had a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good time.
I need to catch up on my Bad Bunny this week.
Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny.
Something, más fotos. I'm gonna listen to that this week. All right, let's get into this local news. Sorry. What is that? Anyway, Councilor Minion Culpepper advocates for
Culpepper time
for transparency and community empowerment in inaugural Boston City Council address. How come we weren't privy to this? We don't get invited to City Council address?
We do. He had it out there.
Oh, all right. Well, that's nice. The city of Boston witnessed the emerging political vision of Councilor Minion Culpepper this week as he addressed the city council for the first time since taking office. Representing the diverse and fast-changing neighborhoods of District 7, which includes Roxbury, Dorchester, the South End, and Fenway, Culpepper clearly outlined a legislative agenda prioritizing transparency, accountability, and shared prosperity for his constituents. In his speech, Culpepper made a commitment to firmly keep the needs of the residents at the forefront. I am honored to stand before you. I am honored to stand before you as the city councilor for Boston's District 7, he stated, as reported by the City of Boston's official site. The councilor brought to light the everyday concerns of his constituents, focusing to not only listen, but to also ensure their representation and participation in the city's future. Do we have a seat at the table? Do you hear me?
Hello.
Do you see me? Will anything really change? He questioned, echoing the voices of the people he serves. Did I sound like him?
Yes.
Culpepper emphasized the importance of the city council as an independent body that can collaborate with the mayor's office to address immediate neighborhood issues as well as tackle long-term challenges such as economic mobility, education, transportation, and community health. He reassured that the rights of all Bostonians, regardless of their identity or residence, are to be protected and upheld. It's Culpepper time, y'all. It is Culpepper time. What do y'all think? Y'all think Culpepper's gonna?
I do think so. I see how excited he is.
And passionate.
Yeah, and passionate to serve his community.
Yeah.
I see that he is trying to do the right thing and trying to listen. He's making his claim within the city council. He's active, but he don't do too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Down here at District 7, down there at District 7, you know, it seems like people are very, you know, accepting of him because he's a good guy. Like I spoke to him yesterday. I spoke to him yesterday this Sunday at the church that he pastors at. They will be awarding Spark FM for the work that we do in the community and for being Black local media who is keeping our community informed.
That is beautiful.
We'll be at Sunday church on Sunday to
Hallelujah.
accept our award. Thank you,
Amen.
Mr. Culpepper.
Thank you,
and Michelle
Mr.
and
Culpepper.
the team.
You know what? He's gonna be back here soon too.
Yeah.
Mr. Culpepper, because that's my friend.
Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church.
Halle.
Yes, that is it. That is it. And this service started at 11. So if anybody want to go and hear the house of the Lord, hear Jesus speak through the Lord. No, that's how it goes. And hear the word of the Lord speak through the pastor, his servant.
Halle.
That is what y'all need to do.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Boston Public Schools implements partial hiring freeze amid a $53 million budget deficit. Where all the money go?
White Stadium.
Oh.
Sorry. Boom, boom, ching.
We will have Mike Amazuzu come in here, Lex, to tell us about where the money really went. She
Terrible.
lying on both.
Where the money reside.
Where the money reside. Where the money reside. Boston Public Schools is instituting a partial hiring freeze as the district works to address a projected $53 million budget deficit. Superintendent Mary Skipper informed staff of the move in a memo sent last week. And Mary, didn't we just hear that you got a big old $100,000 of raise?
Mary Skipper?
Yeah.
Mary Skipper's the highest paid educator in Boston, Massachusetts. So she's got to chill out.
She gonna have to get some of that back. In the memo, Skipper said hiring for vacant full-time positions will be paused immediately. The freeze will not affect teachers or paraprofessionals. In a statement shared with Boston 25, Skipper said in a statement, at a time when districts across the Commonwealth and nation have been forced to take abrupt measures, Boston Public Schools is taking a thoughtful, measured approach focused on responsible financial management and maintaining high-quality instruction and classroom supports. Beginning in November, the district implemented central office spending reductions and a pause on hiring while it reviewed vacancies. It has since become necessary to expand this pause on spending and hiring district-wide unless the position supports direct service to our students. Very nice. What to say?
It just need more money.
We
need
more
more
money.
budget for the children.
Yes. This next one is a video. Fugitives wanted in Massachusetts homicide case arrested in Maine.
Here goes the clip.
Who this girl? She cute. What's her name? Mari
from
Salazar.
She ain't from us. That's from someone else. I ain't never seen
It's
her before.
WWLP. I think that's Worcester.
Here goes the clip.
Suspects from Massachusetts were arrested today in Maine for a murder that took place in Brockton and occurred of September of last year. 35-year-old Michael Thompson was wanted in connection to the murder, while 25-year-old Diana Slade was wanted for assisting Thompson after the murder. Both were arrested in Lewiston, Maine by the U.S. Marshal Service District of Massachusetts Fugitive Task Force, which included enforcement from Springfield and West Springfield Police and the Hampden County Sheriff's Department. 2 suspects from Massachusetts were arrested today in Maine for a murder.
Got him.
They got to
Y'all
move,
got
got to
to
be
go.
quicker than that.
Yeah. The Boston Police Department mourns the death of an active duty officer. This is sad. The Boston Police Department is mourning the death of an active duty police officer. Officer Scott J. McIsaac, a 30-year veteran of the force, passed away on Friday, the department announced. Before being placed on extended sick leave, McIsaac has been assigned to District E5 for the past 6 years. He previously worked in other stations. Officer McIsaac's file was filled with commendations and accolades for his 30-plus years of dedicated service as a police officer from the community and those he served with. Several of the commendations were for his efforts in the South Boston community with arrests for robberies and assaults, B&Es to motor vehicle sprees, and anti-crime response, the department wrote in a statement. They include comments from supervisors noting Officer McIsaac as one of their best officers and another commendation from the district captain for his efforts during the Boston Marathon bombings. And may he rest in peace.
Oh,
May he rest in peace.
why? It's so funny because I looked up briefly to the screen and I was like, "Oh, what happened to John O'Keefe?" Not that they look at all together.
No, that's
but,
exactly
okay.
what I saw too when I
Okay.
saw his picture. And
All
I was
right.
like, John, what they do? But and I was like,
Yeah,
oh, wow.
okay.
Do they all look alike?
Touche.
John O'Keefe dead.
Yes, he is.
Saks Off Fifth is to close its Massachusetts stores. So we were talking about this, discussing this morning. The Assembly Row and Rentham locations will shutter permanently as parent company Saks Global files for bankruptcy.
Wow.
On Thursday, the company announced it will shutter most of its Saks Off Fifth store locations and all remaining last call stores, shifting its focus to luxury retail and full price operations. The company began closing sales at certain Saks Off Fifth stores starting on Saturday. Only a dozen Saks Off Fifth stores will remain open as a tool to send residual inventory from Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Bergdorf Goodman. Saks Global will no longer purchase merchandise directly for Saks Off Fifth. The most recent closures will impact the Saks Fifth Avenue in the Prudential Center. Saks Global is the largest multi-brand luxury retailer in the world, comprising Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman, Saks Off Fifth, Last Call, and Horchow.
Is it just Massachusetts that things are failing in?
No, I don't think so.
Obviously, we only hear Massachusetts news,
Yeah.
but I feel like we ain't got no Walgreens, we ain't got no Saks Fifth, we ain't got no Unos, we ain't got no nothing. We don't got nothing here.
no
We
Pizza
just
Hut.
Nothing left.
here dry and nothing. We don't have.
We are
nothing.
getting a Checkers in Worcester
and we getting the Anna's in Broadway.
and Big
A
Chicken
Checkers in Worcester.
and Big Chicken Shack's restaurant opened in Rentham.
Really? In the food court?
Yeah, we got those.
It tastes nice.
I don't know. I never had no Big Chicken.
When's the last time you been to Rentham?
I don't know if I want
I
big
don't
chicken.
know. I was saying that the other day. Like, we haven't been to Rentham in like
The whole
2 years.
2025.
Yeah.
Have you been to Rentham lately?
No, I ain't been to Rentham maybe about 2-3 years.
That's crazy. I feel like we used to go to Rentham like on a loose Tuesday.
Yeah. Like at least monthly.
Yeah.
So Saks off 5th is the cheap store. That's the
It's
low one.
it's the Old Navy to
So
the
they
Gap.
just shifting to full price.
Yeah, they're doing
That's
the
what
only the full price one. So I guess they used to have buyers buy stuff specifically for the off 5th.
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore. And then off 5th used to get like all the clearance
Yeah.
items from Saks 5th. They're not doing that anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So the New York-based Saks Global secured a $1.75 billion in financing to keep operations going as it restructures its company
But the
debt.
regular one.
So the regular Saks.
Yeah.
But so down in Copley, they have a Saks and they have a Neiman Marcus. Y'all have to close one of them and put it all together.
Yeah. Call it Saks and Marcus.
Saks and Neiman.
Yeah.
Neiman Saks. That sounds like money.
Yeah.
Saks and Neiman.
Do that. And what else do we have here? After 26 years in prison, a masked man walks free thanks to ruling about young adult brains.
What's that?
What do that mean? A Massachusetts man who has maintained an innocence in connection with a killing in 1991 was granted parole last month. In 2001, Samuel Smith was convicted of first-degree murder in the death of Stephen Gall. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. However, in January of 2024, the Supreme Judicial Court ruled in the Commonwealth versus Mattis that sentencing people ages 18 through 20 at the time of their offense to life without the possibility of parole was unconstitutional and amounted to cruel and unusual punishment. Massachusetts was the first state in the country to transform the law, experts said. Essentially, the brain of what we are calling late adolescents or emerging adults function very much like juveniles, Northampton attorney Paul Rudolph, one of the lawyers who successfully challenged life sentences for individuals age 18 to 20, told The Republican. You have a thing? There are 210 cases that fell into the Mattis decision across Massachusetts, including Smith, who was 19 at the time of the killing. He went in front of the parole board for the first time on August 19th. On August 16th, 1991, Smith, who was part of a gang, shot and killed Gall in Roxbury. Smith and two other men approached Gall in Ramsey Park. One of the men shot Gall in the stomach and then ran out the park, according to the parole board. As Gall was on the ground, Smith stood over him and fired several shots.
God damn. It's
Directly at
execution
him.
style?
Yeah. I told you I'm gonna get you, Smith said after his gun jammed. We don't like the term gun jam.
We don't. We like
'Cause that's
malfunction.
not malfunction.
Yeah.
Or a misfire, but not jam.
Yeah.
Smith was able to reload the gun. See? He was able to reload the gun.
So it was not jammed.
And he fired several more shots at Gall, killing him. So how many shots did he shoot into this man?
As many that they shot into that poor man, Alex Good.
Oh my God. Still
Alex
Preddy.
Preddy.
Yes.
Patty?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Good, same thing, because, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. It's a pretty good
I see what
thing
you
that
did
you
there.
said
I
there.
see what you did
Still, he maintains his innocence.
Sometimes you got to be innocent. Sometimes you got to feel what you want the outcome to be. You, sir, you did it.
Yeah,
You did it. And unfortunately,
you did it.
that's what the,
Yeah.
So,
that
but
is-
he's free now.
Yeah, he was incarcerated for 26 years. During that time, he has completed 28 programs and has a very limited disciplinary report history.
But
he obtained his GED.
recidivism.
Yeah, and was in the process of obtaining his associate's degree from Massasoit Community College. Suffolk County District Attorney Montez Haywood spoke against Smith's parole, but in a unanimous decision, the parole board ruled Smith qualified for parole, and he was released on parole 2 weeks after the decision. I hope they should. One of the things for his parole should be that he completes that associate's degree.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's very interesting. I wonder if them little three bastards that killed that man over there, where we was talking about the other day, is gonna qualify under that. They remember the ones
The
that
little
killed?
kids.
Yeah, the little kids.
that jumped the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like. I'd be so sad if I found out that was one of my children. I'd be just so like, what's wrong
sad.
with you?
So sad, but the parents need to go to jail.
Yeah.
Too. Why your child so terrible?
That's neglect. Yep.
A judge blocks a racist constitution ignoring regime from beginning to deport several hundred thousands of Haitians tomorrow. Thank you for that, judge. So that's the.
So what was the plan? The plan was after this was passed, we just gonna round up all the Haitians and send them back to where exactly? Do they know what Haiti is going through and what's happening
I don't
and
even
stuff
think
like
the port
that?
of Labadee is still there. Remember the
Yeah.
cruise ships used to go there?
I don't really understand what the. I mean, it's racism. Racism doesn't make sense. So trying to make sense out of racism is just kind of stupid. So let me just settle down on that.
The day before, 350,000 Haitian refugees in the U.S., including thousands in the Boston area, were scheduled to lose their right to stay here. A federal judge has ordered a stay in the regime's plans to make America whiter by starting to kick them out. Bring Adam in here. In an 83-page ruling dripping with disgust for the regime's racist disdain for the rule of law, Judge Anna Reyes of the District Court for Washington, D.C. concluded the immediate elimination of temporary protected status would consign the refugees to misery and death in their homeland and cost the United States billions of dollars in lost taxes and economic benefits, including here in Massachusetts, where hospitals and other facilities would have to scramble to find replacements for roughly 2,000 Haitians who provide long-term care to the elderly and people with severe disabilities.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
What is wrong with these people?
yeah, I saw that Mara
350,000.
was saying today she was encouraging people don't fire or like keep your Haitian employees employed for.
They are some of the most loyalists. Not only that, let me say this: Haitians take care of them white folks. All them CNAs is all Haitian.
Yes, they are.
So y'all better love them
Haitians are two Africans.
Yeah, and
be
hello.
in the nursing homes, taking care of them people, those people's families, and all kinds of stuff. Plaintiffs charged that the Secretary Nome preordained her termination decision and did so because of hostility to non-white immigrants, and this seems substantially likely. The U.S. began granting temporary protected status in 2010 to Haitians fleeing a major earthquake there, continued it through a devastating hurricane, and then through political violence. TPS gives people designated under it the right to work and stay here. Do they have to have papers, or it's just...
Well, they have to have some type of, I guess, working
Document,
papers.
something,
That they have to have in order to stay working here. I forget what the name was. Like it's a certain type of tax that they have to file when they are working, so they can work here even though they're going through the process of whatever.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, like, I don't understand how come it's not blatant because they're immigrants. They feel like it's not racism because they're a different type of black. Because when black people, especially like these MAGA supporters and stuff like that, when they are seeing these types of rulings come out of the administration, you don't feel no type of way, or you're like, get the immigrants out of here, or the fact that these immigrants, you're only getting the black immigrants out of here.
Yeah.
What about the other ones? I get me a little confused, Ed.
This is pretty long, but it's very, very good. Just one quick piece that I want to read. Reyes is the judge, wrote that Nome's diktat, which claims Haiti is safe again for its nationals to return, is completely contradicted by the State Department, which says, if anything, Haiti is even worse shape now, and which warns Americans they should, under no circumstance, go to Haiti because of kidnapping, crime, terrorist activity, and civil unrest. Oh, and crimes involving firearms are common in Haiti. They include robbery, carjacking, sexual assault, and kidnappings for ransom.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't know of any actual factual reportings that this administration has ever done.
Yeah.
Like they're made up numbers. Haiti's peaceful and nice. We rebuilt the whole thing. You can send them all back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you saying that?
People go and find this article. It's in Universal Hub. It's by our good friend Adam G, and it's very long, but it's he gets it, and this judge apparently got it too. So that is very, very good news. And woman who isn't a doctor charged with doing cosmetic surgery in a Packard's Corner apartment.
Where's Packard's?
Where is Packard's Corner, Newton? A Newton woman is scheduled for arraignment Thursday on charges she claimed to be a doctor and performed and botched cosmetic eyelid surgery on a patient in 2020 in an apartment on Brighton Avenue. Eyelid. Why? Whose fault is that?
Cosmetic eyelid surgery. What is that?
Whose fault is that? You gonna go to an apartment for somebody to give you surgery on your eyelids?
What is it that you need to get done to your eyelids?
I said,
Because
what is
when you get older, your eyelid skin starts to droop,
Yeah.
and then it looks like like it starts to form like a fatty pocket here. So a lot of people like to go and get that removed.
Is that you're gonna go to somebody's apartment and sit down and get that part?
You gonna get somebody
Like
to
I can see
operate
if it was like
surgerize your eyes in an apartment?
maybe like a toe reconstruction, not toenail or something like that.
Skin tag removal,
Yeah.
something like that. But you're not gonna pull my teeth out, and you're not gonna surgerize my eyes in your apartment. That's not gonna happen. Whose fault is that? A Suffolk County grand jury last week indicted Ding Gui Wang, 34 of Newton, on charges of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, 4 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon, unauthorized practice of medicine, improper use of title of physician, kidnapping, and 2 counts of larceny over $1,200.
They threw the book at her.
She better get Monica Cannon Grant's lawyer.
Ding, grang, wang. Wow.
Yes. Ding Green Wang. So that's what happened. So she's going to jail now.
Yeah.
Wang also misrepresented herself as holding current anesthetician,
Oh, so she was anesthesizing them too by herself?
massage therapist, and hair salon licenses on a loan application to the American Lending Center. She received a $37,379 loan while the licenses were suspended. She's terrible. Why? The victim was 22 years old. What kind of eyelid surgery you need on your eyelids at 22 years old?
And then you could go in for eyelid surgery, get your hair done, and get a consultation for mental health. Like, what is it?
It was a double eyelid blepharoplasty is what the girl got. A blepharoplasty is a type of surgery that removes excess skin from the eyelids. With age, eyelids stretch and the muscles supporting them weaken. And as a result, excess skin and fat can gather above and below. See, I know what I'm talking about.
They said that was botched, though.
It was botched?
What
It was
can
botched.
she see?
But she was 22.
She was 22.
What kind of eyelid she got?
Well, she ain't got none no more.
Oh, boy. So we're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we'll be talking to Andrea James, who is an independent candidate for Massachusetts governor. So bring your paper and your pencils, your questions, because we've got a candidate in Massachusetts.
Listen, a black woman
A black
candidate.
woman candidate, and we are here for it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will reset the program and come back, and we'll talk to Andrea James. See you in a second.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment, because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Kuji Wellness, we embrace the principle of Kuji Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at kujiwellness.com and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Spark FM.
Some of them don't like me. Some of them just fight me. All of them could rock so.
Spark FM.
One girl every day. One girl every day. Say me name and me magically appear.
Spark FM.
Everybody better get her, cause she out here looking fun. Better pop it, because I'm out here popping mine. Blonde like this Don Julio gon' do the trick every time.
Spark FM.
So can you come pick up your clothes? I have them folded.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Hello. All right, everybody, welcome to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues. With their weekly Around the Way, national, and entertainment news segments, exclusive interviews, and much more. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on sparkfmonline.com.
All right, here we go.
Good morning.
This is a weekend and a morning.
And we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Welcome back to Saucy and Friends in the Morning. Hot Sauce, Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony. And we have a special guest in here with us. Very excited. Long time coming. But we have independent, how do you say it? How would you title that? Independent candidate for Mass Governor. Is that a good
cool.
way?
That,
okay.
That says it all.
I like it.
Gubernatorial, but that's a little bit like, what is that?
One of my favorite words ever, gubernatorial.
Right. Governor works.
That'll work. So, hi, Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing great. Andrea or Andrea?
Okay, let's kick that off right. It's Andrea.
Good. Andrea.
Good
Okay.
old-fashioned.
Okay.
Boston, Massachusetts way of saying it.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Yes. So, we got your main title, but tell us who you are.
Well, let me just say first, I want to just come into this hallowed space. And Ms. Hot Sauce, I want to just congratulate you. We don't pause long enough. We're so busy trying to say the right things or hit the right marks, and we never stop to say thank you. You are a black woman who has established something for the first time. You were the first to establish a digital radio platform, and it's something that particularly if anybody is from here, particularly Boston, but across the Commonwealth, you will know that our voices are not being elevated and our issues are not being talked about.
Say that,
and you have done that, so I'm really proud of you, and I want to say thank you for creating what you've created.
I appreciate it. I have a really, really dope team that helps to keep this alive, because like we talked offline, it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard. So shout out to dope teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've got a lot of great people in the comment section already, just kind of shouting you out. Where'd you come from, Andrea?
Man, I came from right down the street.
Right down the street.
I'm born and raised, in Roxbury, Massachusetts, up off of Humboldt Ave. My family's been in Boston for 7 generations.
Wow.
We've been in the same house in Roxbury for 5 generations.
Wow.
And we're not going anywhere. We're of Boston, of Massachusetts. When you grow up here, you get to know communities that are just like yours, working class, poor, working class, black, brown, poor, white folks. That's the communities that we come from. But we've been in Roxbury solid in the same house for 5 generations.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are rooted here.
Born.
This is where you are.
We from here.
Yeah.
I mean, the elephant in the room. Why governor?
Yeah.
Well, we don't, I'm not a politician. I don't have a whole lot of time to waste. I have been lots of things in my lifetime. I have an alchemy of life experiences, but for the past 15 years, I have been focused steadfastly at ending mass incarceration, ending the incarceration of women and girls. A lot of people don't quite understand that because we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the potential and the possibility, particularly in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where this state is uniquely poised because of our size, because we have the lowest incarceration population of women in the country, because we have the first women's prison in the country. So, and we have a smaller overall men-women incarceration population in general. So we are uniquely poised to create something different. I've spent the past 15 years going up to that state house, asking for very reasonable things. And I always say, when you look at the life of a woman on a prison bunk, all of the issues that I'm running on, the people-led issues, the issues that we created our platform from because we have been crisscrossing the state, connecting with people we already know in food pantries, farmers, in community organizations from Worcester, Springfield, you name it, formerly incarcerated community, people we are already deeply connected to doing this work, and they helped us build out the platform. And so I'm not trying to be a politician. I don't have time to start at the school level and commend everybody who's there working and fighting for our babies. To work my way up. I am an independent issues candidate. And I think it's important that people understand what that means. Because I started out as a Democrat. My whole family has been Democrats.
I too have recently switched over to independent.
We need to pay attention to this because actually in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts right now, we have more independents or unenrolleds. I refer to it as independents. Then we have combined Massachusetts Democrats or Republicans.
It's so crazy because I just read that fact the other day when I was like, I'm going to have to switch parties because...
So Massachusetts is no longer a blue state?
It is a blue state. We still
Well, we have the
vote
power.
Blue.
The Blues hold the power because we are not thinking outside of that kind of container where we don't realize we do have a choice.
Yes.
We have a choice. And we need to start exercising that choice. We need to at least begin by doing what Spark is doing. We have been not talked about. If any of the mainstream media talks about the campaign and the people running against the incumbent, who happens to be Maura Healey, who so few people know who the governor is, which is something that needs to change. Particularly in our communities around the Commonwealth, people are like, well, who is the governor?
I was driving down the street the other day and it was like, Healey Driscoll. Who is Driscoll?
Right. I mean, it's true. It's no shade. These are facts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not here to throw shade. I'm here to talk about the facts and
Make it plain.
what we need to do to create a shift. We are the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, meaning when this state was established, it was established intentionally as a Commonwealth. Commonwealth means of the people. We are anything but of the people right now. The power, leadership right now, and it has been since Baker, the Republican, the governor before Baker, Mara Healey picked up his whatever he was doing and just advanced
And
it
he's
another
Republican,
4 years.
isn't he?
He's a Republican.
Yeah, he's a Republican.
Massachusetts has been known to, vote Republicans into, the governor's seat. And we need to, why I'm running as an independent is because we need to step back from the party labels.
Lines.
We need to step back from the party lines.
I think that is a critical thing right now, because right now we're seeing the country literally be divided by party. It's no longer about good or bad or right or wrong. It's what party do you affiliate with, and that's it.
Or the issues.
Yes.
So now we have what we refer to as a duopoly. You know, they're like, oh, Andrea James is running as an independent. You can split the ticket. The ticket is, it's not a split the ticket.
Yeah.
That ticket is the same. So if you listen to the current governor and you listen to the three, I call them the Millionaires Club.
The
because
white men that are running against
three
her.
white millionaire men, and Mara Healey is a millionaire. They are all the Millionaires Club. Why? If I'm running for office, I'm going to be like everybody who's running gets to have something to say. But not to completely ignore an independent candidate because I'm not part of the Millionaire Club. That speaks volumes about how we need to run even more so that we can shift how the focus, what the optics look like, who they want to put forward as somebody who they believe has value or has the ability to govern the state or even has raised millions of dollars. Our people are $5, $10, $20 donors,
Isn't that a big thing too? Not to cut you off, but like the amount of fundraising that needs to go into these types of campaigns, with us relying on our community most of the time with those 10 and 20, how do you like effectively compete in that realm?
One of the things that we have going for us is that we ain't just pop up. This is not a photo op.
Yeah, because we've seen you out here for a while on the streets.
I've been 10 toes on the ground my whole life because I came from a movement family, not from money. And so we have been working on the transformation of our community and communities like ours, working class communities, forever. And so that's something that we do have, the connections that we're making and the people that we're talking to, because we don't have this $1 million plus budget to run this campaign in with, has really kept us close to our grassroots. And we do have grassroots. Like, we actually have grassroots.
We do.
And
I've
so
seen a lot of really great grassroots campaigns.
We have to rely upon those people while we're still competing against, Mara Healey's team going out and saying, given the promises, underground promises that, just make sure that, your people vote for me because I have the power to give you this. Well, that's called individualism. That's not going to trickle down to any change. We know what you're going to do because we've seen you for 4 years. We know that you're a corporate Democrat. We know that the focus has been on corporations. It's been on not addressing what has become kind of these trite terms now. When somebody says to me, why are you running? My issues of why I'm running are housing. Healthcare, education, living wages, like a living wage where a family can actually live. Child care, which right now the average working family is paying 70% of their income for housing and 30% of their income for child care.
There's nothing left.
Like, what is left? And then we have monopolies in the Commonwealth in our energy companies, and so they're privately owned and they're guaranteed to make money. And so they have not really been regulated by DPU in the Commonwealth. This
When
is
you say the energy companies like Boston Water and Sewer.
Yes. So
and they're the astronomical right now. The way that my mother complains about bills all the time. The water bill.
Heat. I mean, we're going to be paying our heat bills, and then the Healy administration came up with this thing. Well, we're going to give you a break. Well, let's say what really is.
Yeah.
The language of politics has always been a language designed to confuse.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they name bills that sound great, but mean not great. They talk about, we're going to give you a break on your utility bills. Well, to give me a break on my utility bills, give me a break in the bill.
Yeah, like, hey.
Hey, right? Not, I'm going to defer it.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to pay all of it now. But guess what? In July, in August, when we look forward to, we're from here, we know what it is. It's brick outside. It's like cold. We got to pay a little bit of our heat and everything. But by June, July, August, we're like, okay, phew, we get a little bit of a break. Open your windows, get a fan going. But now, what that administration did, it's not doing us any favors. You're just kicking the bill down the road.
To the back
so
end,
in August, September, when we get a break, October, where it's beautiful and you still get some really nice, beautiful, warm days, you don't have your heat on yet, we're still going to be paying for this winter.
For the winter.
For the winter before,
A lot of people, into what you're saying, a lot of people don't really have a lot of trust in the government anymore. Like, people are starting to wonder, like, what are we doing? What's in it for us? How we're going to do things that we need to get done. You had a lot of great, a lot of great points that you just made. What do you think that you'll do differently as a governor than what is going on right now?
I like to refer to it as lifting from the bottom and closing the gaps.
Okay.
Massachusetts is one of the wealthiest states in the country.
And so said that to this morning.
We know.
Yeah.
We absolutely are acutely aware of what's happening in the Trump administration on the federal level, the cuts. But now more than ever, if not now, when, is a time for a state, a wealthy state like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to really begin to circle the wagons and look inward. How do we use the resources of this extraordinarily wealthy state to make everybody good? How do we lift from the bottom and close the gap? So with housing, we have relied too long on developers to build housing. And when you rely on a private sector to build housing, they are building it for profit.
Yes.
And so this is a real problem because in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we don't have to have unhoused people. We have the resources. We have the land. We have the buildings. We have government-owned spaces where we could build public housing that isn't affected by rent increases, that isn't affected by the changes in the market around housing. And we need to do things, when I say lift from the bottom and close the gaps, identify the people who we need to have that happen. There are literally 1.7 million people that we can identify in the Commonwealth who don't exercise their right to vote. And the sad part about it is
disgusting.
Many, well, one of the sad parts about that is, though, many of them don't know they can vote because they have had some sort of entanglement in the criminal law system.
That's where I
now
was
when
going
you
next,
say, and the prisons are full of people from the same predominantly 5 communities: Fall River, Worcester, Roxbury, Dorchester. So we know where to look. We know where those, what we call gateway cities, education to prison pipeline cities are. And those are some of the poorest cities in the Commonwealth. We cannot continue to just look towards putting profit over people. Our administration would put the people before the profit. And to really begin to figure out, how do we support these families with these babies? I know, I was a mother at 18. I had my last child at 45. I know what it's like. Yes. I have raised some babies. I know what it's like to drop that orange extension cord down the fire escape to my neighbor underneath me because, my lights were turned off. When I was 19 and at UMass Boston and with my little baby, with Ari, trying to raise her and get my education at the same time and strive to, make it better for us. I know what it's like to not have your phone shut off. Back then, we actually had the phones on the kitchen wall.
We need to bring them back.
With the big yellow cord. But, these issues are real, and it's unfortunate we cannot just not pay attention to the fact that we have had a succession of people in the governor's seat that are governing and protecting more the profits of corporations than they are focusing on how to live from the bottom, close the gaps, and bring everybody up in the wealthiest state.
And that seems very, global at this point. Like everybody's worrying about how to get rich and nobody's worried about the fact that we are over here getting rich. There's a whole bunch of people over there that is very angry because they can't afford a sandwich or their phone bills or anything like this. You touched on criminal reform and justice. As governor, how would you balance public safety with your belief in rehabilitation and community-based solutions?
Well, I mean, I love that question because it's what we've done for 2 decades now. We have
not to cut you off, but you used to be a lawyer, or you are a lawyer.
I was a lawyer, and I'm also a formerly incarcerated woman. And so I have an alchemy of life experience. I am an expert. When you want to talk about criminal justice reform or the area of abolition, which people are so afraid to talk about only because they do not understand what it means.
But because I can you get into that part, the abolition?
I'm going to answer this question first,
Yes.
just because I think this is important.
Absolutely.
We have politicized criminal justice reform, policing, and prisons. The use of policing in prisons,
especially private.
And when we politicize that, we pit groups of people against everybody who isn't a prison pro person, a policing pro person, and we're real, true public safety. Massachusetts has had the first women's prison in the country. MCI Framingham opened 150 years ago. If that were the answer, policing women and incarcerating them were the answer, we would not have. There would be no purpose for the prison to exist anymore. Never mind the governor insisting on building a new $360 million prison
for women.
For women in Massachusetts, the lowest incarceration population in the country. So. That's $1 million+ for every woman in that prison. What could we do to turn their lives around, to help them heal and advance their lives? But that's the key right there, and I'll be brief about this because I don't want it to be everything. I want to leave room for the other issues. But criminal justice reform is absolutely necessary for many reasons in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And it doesn't come from, yes, we have to reform what people in those places that are charged with caring for the people care in custody. But that's all we've been doing at a horrible rate. What we have to do is what we've worked on and built for going on 15 years now, called Reimagining Communities, led by some of the most brilliant, powerful organizers. My middle daughter, Saucy James, happens to be one of them, Mallory Honora. These sisters and women who are of the communities across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts who are building out this model of reimagining communities, because true public safety, hurt people. And true public safety addresses the underlying causes and reasons why people hurt people. So if we want to stop the next person from being harmed, the next family member from losing their life, the next domestic violence case, we've got to stop just saying all we have to do is build another prison and not address the fact that even within those places, the care and custody is terrible. Look at the DOC, what ACLU just accomplished, the lawsuit against the brutality against the men. Look at Jacoby Kenny, God bless him, condolences to his family.
That was the most recent thing,
in the South Bay jail. And the last thing I'll say about this before we can shift to another issue is the fact that 1.7 million people have had entanglement in the criminal law system in the Commonwealth from a varying degree of spectrum. The problem is that they are the people who do not vote. So the criminal law system has conveniently...
They can vote though, right?
Yes, they can.
Oh.
And up until 2000, incarcerated people could vote.
Oh.
But yes, and we were one of 3 states, Vermont and Maine, who still continue to allow that constitutional right for people inside to vote. But the last thing I want to say about this is we have allowed there to exist a caste system. It's not just race, even though 7% African Americans in the Commonwealth, we make up 51%
That's
of the
crazy.
incarcerated population,
We're
jail and prison.
7%, but
That's right.
make up 51%.
But there's a whole bunch of poor white folks in prisons and jails across the Commonwealth too. And it has conveniently been used. You tell me, name one person, other than maybe Senator Miranda, who is actually from the community and actually come out and run to say, I'm going to work on this issue. Because the governor, the mayor of cities across the Commonwealth have not come out and sent a very clear message to people. You can vote.
Yeah.
The minute you walk out of that prison in Massachusetts, your voting rights are restored. And we need to move forward with restoring the rights that people had up until 2000.
This is very, very interesting because it's almost by design. It's better if they don't know that they can vote. Because if I knew that I can vote, I'm in prison watching all the things going on. Elections are coming out. I have time to do the research and get things together.
I got family on the outside that I could be communicating
exactly.
with.
So
that sounds like mental slavery, right? If you don't know that you can do something, you're never going to try to do it. We were talking. What were we talking the other day? With
Slavery to mass incarceration for a reason. We have to. So that is absolutely something. With somebody with my background, we'll work very hard to turn around because it's been conveniently used to hold power in ways that the governor said nothing to Jacoby Kenny's family about the loss, the death, the beating death of her son, who was an amazing human being. If you went out to Springfield to actually listen to his loved ones remember him and his life, Jacoby was not just some inmate in a jail. He had a remarkable spirit about him in life. But that's what we're talking about. We have made people valueless. Because of this entanglement, to the extent that it is being used to create a caste system throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And we should not allow that to be silent. We should not be silent about that. Because that's almost 2 million people that don't vote that need to vote.
Speaking of silence, you're running this race against Maura and some rich white men that we just now finding out about. Like how can the community help you get more visible? This is, especially my sister, like she has been pushing for it. We got to make sure. And it's so important, especially as a Black woman, to make sure that you are elevated, regardless of people like it or not. I don't know if they know or like you or not. Regardless of it, our options and what we started talking about, our options are real here. And from listening to you, just sitting here talking to us about a lot of common sense things.
Like real people problems.
Like how do we help to propel you in there? Regardless of how the outcome of it, I feel like there should be a fair shot. I say this because we saw this in the Massachusetts mayor's races, the Boston mayor's race too. We had two very hardcore contenders, an incumbent Mayor Michelle Wu, Josh Kraft. Then we also had people like Domingos DeRosa who resonated so much with the people on the ground, but couldn't really kind of propel into that bigger field. How do we help you do that?
Well,
and what do you need?
You're doing it, one, by having invited me to come to Spark. The mainstream media, and I consider you mainstream because you are mainstream. Main Street's mainstream. They're not even acknowledging. Or if they do, I mean, I have decades. I'm a recipient of the RFK Human Rights Award, the same award that President Obama received and Winnie Mandela. I'm really proud of the Winnie Mandela part.
Well, say that.
Right. I'm a Soros Justice Fellow. I have been consultants to the Obama White House in terms of pushing wrongfully and overly sentenced people out of these draconian sentences during the fabricated war on drugs. I have done some phenomenal and remarkable things before my incarceration and after my brief incarceration for wire fraud as an infraction in my law practice. That does not define who I am. And so However, when mainstream media, if they will even give me a line, it's way down the bottom.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, there's a person, they call me a non-party person. And the very next line after that is the link to my case. Well, I've been completely transparent about that, so I'm not going to waste any more time. You can Google me, you can look it up. I wrote a book about
on your
it.
campaign website, you have.
I think they're
about
banking on the fact that people are so busy and so overly self-consumed and with everything going on that they'll see that little line and automatically write you off.
I mean, that's part of the caste system
And
I'm talking about.
I feel like that's just very weird because when we're voting, let the votes do what they gotta do, but give everybody
vote what your needs are.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I could have remained a Democrat. I went to the Democratic convention. I was a delegate at the last issues convention in September, where I was, underhandedly kind of down low threatened and asked, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
I didn't receive the warm reception that I thought as a long-time civil rights community activist, full of all kinds of programs and projects and well-being and money raised, and I run $1 million organization. And so all of those things that we have been on the ground doing, not only in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, across the country. I lead the largest organization of Black and brown and poor white women working on these issues. And so I thought I would be embraced by my own party.
You seem kind of like a threat.
Well,
I mean, if that is,
I was
if we're
told
trying to
down low, like, why are you doing this?
Wow.
And I want people to just hear me ask of this. That you look at our platform. You look at why I'm running. Ask me any question. But if what we're talking about resonates with you, not photo ops of a TV now because they have all the power and they have all the media, and she'll show up at a food pantry when we had the SNAP cutoffs. She invested $47 million in a defense contract, but she only gave pennies to feed poor children across the Commonwealth. I mean, let's look at what the facts really are. We need community schools. We need every piece of reimagining communities. If we want to address public safety seriously, if we want to lift from the bottom and close the gaps, every single child across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in the wealthiest state in the country, one of them, needs to have an equitable amount invested in that child despite zip codes. I was just in Brookline. I love Brookline. It's a nice little cozy town. I went into, did a podcast there yesterday, happened to be on the campus of Brookline High School. My son, my baby boy, we call him Lucky because I had him at 45. Ciao. Ciao.
God bless.
Right, thank you. He, dual enrollment, gonna graduate from Boston Public Schools with a associate's degree.
Nice.
Good for him.
Good for him.
But that is a stark difference between what the students have access to, what that campus looks like. The studio that I was in is the students, that's their studio. They can make film, there's a little theater. I love it. I'm not saying that should not be. It absolutely should be.
However,
but guess what? It should be in every single school district around this Commonwealth.
Absolutely.
How much power does the governor have to do those things? Like, we can all sit and talk about what we want to do and what is not working and how it works.
Right.
But how, for those that are feeling disengaged from politics and they kind of want to stay away from it and they don't want to get too much into it.
Do they have children?
Hey, that's what we tell them all the time.
Okay.
Politics is your life.
Do
You
you
can't
have
not
parents?
do politics.
Do you have elders?
Do you have streets?
Do you have elders that need single payer health care?
Yes. Yeah.
Because we now still, the governor refuses, even after the health care costs have skyrocketed, our governor still refuses to even consider what 70% of the people in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts have demanded, which is single payer health care.
Yes.
And so she's willing to make an investment in just keeping in place these corporate $200 million CEOs earning per insurance company. That's what their CEOs earn. Those are our health insurance premiums that are paying for this. Meanwhile, we have the sparsest of return in the money that we have to pay. I have been around the world as an expert in what I do. I have been to countries, and everybody but the United States have single payer health care. That is a fact. Right. And we have a video that's coming on to the website that just explains what it is, and that it's not the boogeyman that they have tried to make it out to be. We need single payer health care in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and right now we're going to be supplementing private insurance companies just to not create single payer health care that 70% of the people want. And again, you say what you want to say about me. You look at every aspect of my life. That's the only other thing that I'm asking people to do. And, you know, it's not up for comment any longer or to be passed. We have a bill that passed into law. Now, everybody else, all of us, have been made to march to the law. Nobody was above the law before, but somehow our state legislature
we forgot
is above the law. Like, it's a law. We need an audit. You know, everybody else has to be audited. You know, you do something, you run a business, you run a nonprofit, you do whatever. We all have to be audited. And so we're just asking to know, where does our money go? And these are our tax dollars. And we want to know, how are those decisions being made? Because too often, like I said, going up to that State House for the past 15 years, asking for everything on my platform now in a very reasonable way, including criminal justice reform, and getting nothing and being told, we just have to be patient. So to the Democrats, you know, my former party, my grandmother's party, you know, like, let's be real here. This is why I refuse to identify as a Democratic Socialist or as a Green Party person. Big shout outs, because they fighting the DSAs. They're fighting for these issues. But I won't even align with those parties, because I want to be known as the issues candidate. So you get Andrea James into that seat, and we're going to advance these issues. And one thing, I've been trained in it. I was a trained lawyer. I was a criminal defense attorney. I also have been at some of the biggest tables with the Koch brothers, with ultra-conservative right-wing organizations, the ACLU, larger, bigger, middle of the road, and abolitionist organizations on the federal level, sitting at the table, fighting over the First Step Act. I know how to negotiate. I know how to get to yes. And the most important thing is, for any of the change to happen with housing, healthcare, education, a living wage, we have to have a governor who will at least demand it. You have to have if we have a legislature that doesn't feel the pressure from the leading person in the state to say, why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we getting to the root of these issues and how to advance them? Why have things been turned into law that you're ignoring and not adhering to? That's what we have to do. So no, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm running as an independent because I am an issues candidate. And I want people to look at my issues that I'm running on and ask yourself, is that what I've been fighting for? Or is that what I need? And know that it's coming from somebody that isn't just doing this because of this platform. I've been affected personally by every single one of these issues, including we have a lot of grief in our communities.
We sure do.
Our poorer communities, our Black and brown communities, a lot of grief, just trauma. I lost my husband recently, unexpectedly. There's so much grief that hangs over us in our communities, and there's no acknowledgement of what the people need. The people need things right now.
Right now.
We can do it in the Commonwealth. We have enough resources, and we need a governor who's willing to stand up and say, yeah, I get it. This is what we need. Not visiting and doing photo ops and food pantries where No.
We ain't giving no food at the same time.
We ain't giving no food. We got
no
one.
food.
Real talk though.
Yeah.
1 in 8 children in the. Her mantra is, "We have the best economy in Massachusetts." Really? Well, 1 in 8 children go to bed hungry. 1 in 8 children. Our model that we have worked and developed across this country, including here in Roxbury, Massachusetts, reimagining communities. We want to know, where are our babies who are hungry every night? Where are our babies who don't have what they need, who are running into that school to prison pipeline because in the 3rd grade, the struggles with education are not being addressed?
Yeah.
That's the work that I am of and that I have done, and I come from a family that has led that work for generations here.
I always get, kind of not emotional, but just feel passionate about it when I hear people speak so passionately and so motivationally about what Massachusetts could become. I think we're all aware that Massachusetts is a rich state. We're all aware that we have the best education. We have one of the safest cities and all kinds of stuff. We always hear these things, but we also all aware that there's a lot of things here that need to be changed. There's no reason why we're being priced out of housing, priced out of Medicare. Out of health, priced out of education, everything. And just to land it here, which is a little spicy because we go into our next segment, nationally, you would be fighting, essentially, against this administration that is very gung-ho on, number one, hating Massachusetts. You're a black woman, so he's definitely going to hate you. How do you plan to deal with that type of energy?
Not walking in fear. Walking in the truth of that the people have the power. And that if we are to create the change, we have to stand up and, call out injustices. We already have a constitution nationally and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So, for instance, when Maura Healey said what she said about finally came out of her silence about ICE, well, guess what? I had to learn the Constitution as somebody who worked as a criminal defense attorney, but we already have those things. We have to stop pretending that the only problems that we have are created by Donald Trump. Yeah, he's creating the whole bunch of stuff.
Yep, a bunch of stuff.
right? But he is not the only reason, and the problems didn't just happen. The housing crisis
been a crisis
has been ignored. The fact that 1.7 million and growing people feel so marginalized or don't even know who the governor is or that they can vote didn't just happen today. These things, healthcare, health insurance premiums didn't just go up, they go up. Our utility bills none of this just happened. It's just that now it's been kind of a magnifying glass put on these issues because of Donald Trump's actions on the federal level.
Very true.
But at the same time,
it's been happening.
It's been that way. And including the Healey administration going back, it's just been the same. There's a caste system of all the rest of us, of working class people, of people who are in a state of struggle. And the last thing I want to say, I want to shout out my young folks around the Commonwealth. Ain't everybody going to college?
Hey, say that.
So we have got to. Great. If you go, you go. If you want to go, you go. First of all, we have to cut that student debt. You can't go to college and then for the rest of your life be buried in student debt before you even get a chance to live your life. But also, not everybody's going. And so we have to make $1 billion investments in biotechnology. Now she's made $47 million in defense contracts. We need jobs and we need an investment in something other than college education.
Trades.
So that every single young person graduating from our high schools has a clear path to being successful. And that ain't all coming out of college. So we've got a lot of work to do. I'm that one. I'm not just coming out the bushes. And every time I do get to say something, somehow she'll make a comment about something. I'm just saying. So
they watching.
Maybe you do. Say something that you're going to do that we can hold you responsible for. But let us not. You have a choice. That's what I want to leave here telling people. Don't just align yourself because your grandmother was a Democrat. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. give us a chance. It's one administration. You want to drag on another decade of an administration that has very shown you already that she is not going to come away from corporations over people? We need somebody who's going to come in saying, let's figure this out. It's people over corporations. And ain't none of them walking around with all this in their own head. That's the beauty of bringing teams together. You bring the best and the brightest. She ain't coming up with all, clearly, because, right? But, you know, people can lead. We can lead. And we have to stop the optics and the excuses that they give us when we want to run.
Hold them to the fire.
Someone says Andrea and Maura graduated from Northeastern Law School in the same class, and nobody remembers Maura.
That's adorable.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm educated, so you know, I know how to make these things happen, and we did. We graduated in 1998, class of Northeastern University School of Law.
That's interesting.
So let's get it right, people.
I mean,
let's get it right.
Let's
and
get it
vote
right
for what we need, and that the everyday working families need.
Andrea, you got a journey ahead of you. I believe that you also have a mission too. So regardless of how all this turns out, I want you to know that you have a place here.
Thank you.
That if you need to get on, you need a message or whatever, please let us know.
Thank you.
I love for our people to have options. Yes, we know what it looks like, but we also need to know that there is alternative options for us to really deep into. And like you said, don't just vote because you're a Democrat.
Try something new.
Vote on your issues.
Try something new. We have been stuck on these issues for decades. And in this place of a level of austerity across the Commonwealth, in the communities that are black or brown or poorer. Let's it's only going to lift everybody. Everybody, you don't just get to thrive in Massachusetts because you're wealthy or you live in a wealthy town. Everybody gets to thrive. So let's just try it.
Let's try something new. Let's try it. I'm down for it. Andrea James for gubernatorial race here in Massachusetts. Elections are
November 3rd. Because I'm an independent, listen, we got 38 weeks.
38 weeks.
We go straight to the general election. And so come and call me, call us, reach out. Ari will make sure. Lawn signs. When the snow melts a little bit because we ain't got no money to waste. If you have a window, we can put one in your window.
I hear that.
Come volunteer. Help us. We have to raise awareness. It's a state ride.
That's what one of our listeners said, Andrea, we need to hear more and see more.
Thank you. We need volunteers. We're going to do standouts as soon as it's not, 2 degrees outside. But we also need to just use our pamphlets, flyer the communities, raise awareness in all of the communities, including Holyoke. Shout out to Holyoke, because I went out there and they were like, "You came out here? Nobody comes out here." And I'm like,
hey,
of course.
Yep. I'll be back.
I'll be back. The black farmers went on a black farm tour. We've done a lot since the summer. Just making a point of talking to people. It's a people-led campaign. And so our platform reflects what the people say they need and want.
I love this. Thank you so much, Andrea James.
I'm so glad we got you in here.
Thank you.
She'll be back. She'll be back soon. We'll keep in touch and make sure that you guys are always kind of knowing what is happening surrounding her race, around politics.
Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
Facebook.
And we put all of that in our social media pages, so make sure you guys just go click and follow the buttons, all right?
Miss Bev said, put one on my lawn. Come on, sis.
Yes. We're coming. Just let us know. Hit us up. Say, give me a lawn sign and put your address there. It'll be out there. Boom.
I'll make sure that she gets one.
Yeah.
With that said, people, we're going to take another quick pause.
We're at the end.
We're at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll end it here, and then we'll get into all of our other stories and things later. But Andrea, this was a great way to end on a Super Tuesday.
Yes.
So this
Love
is
it.
Thank you so much for your time and
thank
taking
you.
the,
And congratulations again.
Thank
you. We honor you as well. Really proud of what you've done here. So thank you.
And big shout out to
business like you.
Yeah. Big shout out to my girl Ari.
Yes. Ari's been in the comment section going hard. That's the type of support you need.
But that's what we need. Go hard for us. us.
Yeah,
Go hard for
absolutely.
us. Don't let them just talk about us.
Yeah.
Like say, why don't y'all pause and really figure out what this woman is all about and what this campaign is calling for.
Yeah.
Don't just keep going back to stuff that allows them to keep us down.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. We'll see you guys bright and early Wednesday. And you guys have a great day. Be warm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.